Softech Coding. This is the 7th episode of our Coding with Scratch series. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I am continuously going to make videos. Today, we are going to continue the project we started in episode 5, so if you haven't watched episode 5 and episode 6, I would highly recommend going back and watching those videos before you watch this one. So today, we're going to create new costumes for the Scratch Cat that have it as blue, where it's dancing and it's happy that it's blue, but they have to also code it to switch costumes so that when it's switching costumes, it doesn't switch to its orange costume because it's so happy that it's blue. So let's get started. So first what we're going to do is you're going to click on our Scratch Cat here, and we're going to make new costumes. So go to the Costumes tab. Okay, so we're going to click on this blue one because we don't want to change the orange one, and we're going to right click and click Duplicate. Okay, so now we're going to change the Scratch Cat. Now because the Scratch Cat is in vector, it's really easy to just click on one part and just pull it and make it bigger. You can change lots of different parts to make it, like for example, we can put the head back, and then we can maybe make its, maybe we can make its tail bigger. You can change it however you like. Now we have a huge tail, and now we can, you can also duplicate the original one, and you can move it to the end here. And then for example, we can give it larger hands. Oh my god, I think that's too big. A bit too big. So let's make them a right size so we don't make them too big. This changes the whole body, and we can make that a bit bigger, and the other leg too. It has longer legs, maybe bigger hands as well with the longer legs. You can move them down, you can move them around, you can change them however you like. And maybe we can, make it raise its hand. Now to make it raise its hand, we send that to the back. You have to click on front so that the hand comes in front, and then we can make it stretch its hand up, up, and away. So now the cat is stretching its hand, or you can make this go to the front again so that the hand is behind the body but in front of the head. Okay, so now we can go back and duplicate the original one again. We can pull it to the end. Just to pull it, just hold it and you drag it down and you let go. And then we can change the whiskers maybe too. So change the whiskers, you have to ungroup the head because the head is grouped as one. So you ungroup it. And then the different parts are separated now, so you can make the whiskers longer. So this is a bit challenging because the whiskers are so small to find these different things. To make this easier, you can just zoom in so you can see the different nodes on the whiskers. So now this cat has ginormous whiskers. And maybe we can make a few more changes, duplicate the original again. And then we can make its ears larger maybe. So to make the ears larger, because even if you ungroup it, the ears will still be attached to the head, you have to use a different technique. And this is how you do it. You reduce the eraser, you click on the eraser, and you reduce it to 1. This is the smallest number possible, so here you can barely see what's erased. Then you zoom in on the area you want to separate, because if you look, this was all created as 1, so we don't want that, so we want to separate them. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw, let's go back to the eraser. So you're going to click on the eraser and you're going to detach the ears from the head. And you're going to do that also for the other ear. And then, once you've done that, the ears are separate now. They're separate pieces. They're not one with the head. So now you can change their size. Cool, right? So now if we make this smaller, you can see how big you're making the ears, and you can make them bigger and you can separate them from the head. Now you can also send them back. And there we go, 2 ginormous ears. So now maybe we can make a few more different costumes for our cat. Duplicate it and you can send it to the back, and we can make your cat raise its arms. So to do that, flip it horizontally, and then you can do this, and then you can make its arms maybe wider and taller. Now to make the arms less big, you click on this one and then you move these nodes lower so that it makes the arm less more realistic size. And now you can do this, and you can copy this arm. So we're going to click on this one again. And yeah, we can make the arms less fat when they get bigger. So I deleted the other arm, and I'm going to take this arm, I'm going to click copy, I'm going to click paste, I'm going to flip it horizontally, and I'm going to push it to the back, and now we have another arm here. And you can rotate this, you can do all sorts of things. Okay, so now our cat is extending its arms. Okay, maybe we can duplicate this again, send it to the back, and this is our last one that we're going to change. And we're going to do this one last time. Maybe this time we should change the mouth shape. And okay, so we're going mouth and the nose. So we're going to ungroup them just by clicking on it, and we're going to zoom in onto the mouth. Maybe we can make it into an O shape. So you delete the mouth, and you click on the circle. Oh! So now the mouth is a circle, and we can change the nose. You click on the nose. How should we change our nose? Maybe we can make it more sharp. Here. And here we can change it to make it a bigger nose. Oh, my nose is so big now. I never knew I had such a big nose. Okay, so now you can click away and you can zoom out, and there we go. We've completely changed the nose and the mouth. Okay, so now that we have all our costumes, you're going to take a look at how many costumes you have here. So we have 9. Okay, so now we're going to go to code. Now this is the tricky part. To code it so that it does it. Now before we do this, we're going to make it say, I wish I was blue after the dog spins. So we're going to first make our base, and then we're going to begin this part. So we're going to click on the dog, and we're going to broadcast after it spins. We're going to broadcast, okay, you're blue, daboo-dee, daboo-da. Okay, so now I'm going to broadcast your blue, and we're going to click on events, and when I receive your blue, and then the cat will say, I wish I was blue for 2 seconds, and then it's going to switch costume to costume 2, broadcast wishes come true, and then after the dog says, I guess wishes do come true, so we're going to test our code to see if it works. So we're going to try it. Why are you a blue dog? I accidentally jumped into blue paint. It suits you. So I guess wishes do come true. So I'm just going to make it wait 1 second before it says that, because that would make more sense. Let's it change the costume before it says it. And then after it says I guess wishes do come true, it's going to broadcast a new message, which will be dance because you're blue. So we're going to click OK. We're going to go back here. When I receive, let's remove this bit here maybe, dance. Now this is going to be the tricky part. We're going to use if blocks. If blocks are blocks that, for example, if something happens, then do this. Else, don't do it. For example, if you're going to use this in real life, if it's raining, then take an umbrella. Else, don't take an umbrella. These are what computers use to decide what to do in situations. So I'm going to move this a bit lower. So we're going to move this a bit lower as well, so we can see them all at once. Okay, so now we're going to do this here. If this is going to be a bit tricky because we're going to use operators. Now operators are what fit into this hexagonal shape here. So we're going to put OR in here. Now this is going to be a bit tricky. So how the computer finds out which costume the cat is in is using these blocks, which will be costume number blocks. Okay? Now, depending on costume number, that's how the computer would know. It's gonna say, oh, this costume is on, that's the cat has a big head. No, it's not gonna know that. So you're gonna use costume numbers for this. That's what the computer would understand. So if the costume number equals something, then it knows what costume you're talking about. So if the costume number is, we're going to go here and we're going to check 1. Costume number 1 is the one where it's orange. That's the one we don't want. So if it's 1, we're going to try it this way. If costume number is 1, and we're going to put this in here, and just make sure you put, so when it turns white, it's going to go there. So if we put the OR here, if we want one of those ORs to turn white. Okay, so if costume number equals 1, OR, so we're going to copy this, so it says it's, so we're going to click on it, and when it turns yellow around it, you're going to copy it with Control-C, and then we're going to Control-V, and we're going to zoom out a bit. So if costume number equals 1, and we're going to find the maximum one, the one that's highest, which was 9. So we're going to find out if costume number equals 1 or costume number equals 9, then we're going to switch costume to costume 2. Now there's a reason for this. Okay, so if it begins with costume 1, which it will, then we want it to switch, which it will begin in the middle of the code or something happens, or we want to make sure that it switches to costume 2, which is the blue one. Or when it's costume 9, which is the last one, if this was normal, just next costume, this would go back here, which is why we want to stop that. So when it's costume 9, we're going to make it go here again. So when it's costume 9, it goes to costume 2. So now we're going to put, wait 1 second block, because we don't want it to just switch next costume right away. But else, we're going to put next costume. Now, if it's any other number, if it does next costume, for example, if it's number 5, the next costume is going to be blue. And if it's 6, the next costume is going to be blue. In between of 2 and 9, it doesn't matter which number it is, the next costume will always be blue. Which is why if it's not 1 and it's not 9, then it's okay for it to just go next costume. So we're also going to make it, wait 1 second, here. Now we also want this to repeat several times because we don't just want it to do this once. So we're going to do a repeat block. Now we're going to make this repeat, for example, maybe, how many times? Maybe 15 times. So we're going to make it go 15 times. And we're going to test our code. So we're going to click on when I receive dance. Now, as you can see, it never switches to the orange costume because it's always switching to a blue costume because it's always going to be blue. So now, maybe we can make it go a little bit faster because it's going a little slow. So maybe we can do it, for example, 0.5. I think that would be better. And we can also increase the number of times, maybe 18, just because there are 9 costumes in this, and or we can just make it, just 18 sounds like a good number. We're going to try it. So now it switches costumes faster, and also it only shows the blue costumes. Now if you want at the end for it to switch to the normal costume, then what you should do is go to the looks menu and make it switch to costume 2 at the end. That way it will switch back to the first costume, the original one, anyway, a tiny bit faster, 0.3 or something. And then we're going to try this. Oh, no, we don't want 3 seconds. 0.3. Okay, and then we're going to try it again. Yes, now I think that's a really good speed for our cat to dance. Okay, we're going to click save, and we're going to test our code. Why are you a blue dog? I accidentally jumped into blue paint. It suits you. I wish I was blue. I guess wishes do come true. And then the cat dances because it's so happy that it's blue. Thanks for watching. We have lots of other videos and more coming. Please share this video with your friends and family. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.